What up guys, Kiko the Kiko, welcome to episode numero 2, where I'm going to be unboxing the parts, upgrading the motor, painting the motor, and hopefully put the bike back together. Let's get it! Some updates. So the motor is back from the shop. It took 2 weeks to get that shaft out. Now I don't even know why I decided to fondle with the shaft in the first place, because I did not have to remove it. But I did anyways, and it cost me $70 to get that out. So I have to get a new one now, and obviously I'm gonna get new rubber bushings, stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. But in the meantime, we're gonna start removing the old paint from the motor, and while we're at it, we're gonna be painting the rest of the parts. So let's just go get to that. Look at how disgusting that looks. But yeah, it's going to look brand new real soon. Alright, so I got news. Parts finally came in. I'm on the way right now to go pick them up. So f***ing excited, brother. I feel like a kid again. Oh, So obviously couldn't wait. Already took some stuff out of the box. But the biggest reveal is inside this big one. So I'm just gonna do a quick review of what I got. Got some SNS precision lifters. R&S big sucker air intake. And for the rear suspension, I went with Progressive 412. Now, I followed JB Stunt's guidance and tips. He talked about his Sportster build, and he advised to get these either in between 14 to 15 inches. That way you won't get clearance issues. So I went with 14 inches in length. So I'll start off by saying, I almost went and got me a Denmoto Highwayman 2-in-1. But after doing a little bit of research, some people said they had issues with the bracket breaking, so I decided to spend a little bit more and hopefully get more performance out of this one. So let's check it out. So I got me a Bassani Road Rage 3 2-in-1, which by the way looks more beautiful in person. Cannot wait to put this on the bike. Yep, that's it right there. Now the rest of the parts I will not be getting myself, but those are in the hands of my mechanic. Because when you upgrade to a Hammer Performance Kit, depending on the year and model of your bike, you might need more upgrades than you think. So he did the homework for me. He got everything I'm going to need for this conversion, which included a new clutch kit, which included a new ignition module, the correct pistons, gaskets, you name it. So he will be getting those parts and he will be installing them for me. Now I can try to do it myself, but if I mess up, that way I won't get warranty. So I'm gonna let him do his professional job, and we're gonna head over there right now so he can start disassembling my motor, which would make it easier for me to paint. packaging looks fucking white. Whoop whoop. So after disassembling the heads, we've discovered that the valve guides were completely worn out. This could have been the rattling in the engine all along instead of the lifters. But yeah, we're gonna get 4 brand new valve guides for the heads. Okay, so she's ready to paint. Gasket areas are all covered up. Unfortunately, it's getting dark, so you guys won't actually see me painting it, but I'll probably show you guys by tomorrow. So this is the finished product. I decided last minute to make it two-toned, make the covers a satin black and the engine block itself a gunmetal gray with a matte finish, and it looks absolutely awesome. So just got the heads back. They took the old valve guides out, and while doing that they accidentally managed to break a boss inside the exhaust port, which they told me they're gonna port it out. They're gonna make the exhaust port bigger, wider by fixing it, and that will also supposedly give me a little bit more boost, a little bit more HP, horsepower. So hopefully that does. For me, I just want it to be fixed. That's all I want. But if it gives me more horsepower, I mean, why not? As you guys saw, the new cylinders came in black with highlighted fins. So obviously I would have to make this to match, which means I'm gonna be sanding the edges down flat, then taking it, go powder coat, then sand them again so that it would have the highlighted polished fins. So let's get started on that. So I'm done with the first one. As you can see, nice and flat. Now I'm doing this before powder coating, that way after powder coating it's already flat and it would be easier to just, it's the last sanding, so less likely to scratch the new powder coat that's going to be on. So alright, so the parts are back from powder coating. I made these parts a gloss black, and the heads itself I made a satin black to match the engine covers. So basically now I just have to sand the edges back flat, and then basically the engine is ready to be reassembled. Alright, let's get this over with. Woo! That is starting to look gorgeous. And this is exactly what I meant with scratching the new powder coat. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so the first one's done. It was actually harder than I thought it would be to not scratch the new coat that was on. But yeah, on to the next one. Alright, so the second one is done. Now I started first with 80 grit to get the edges down flat. Then after powder coating I used a 240 grit to get it back to bare metal. And now I will be finishing it off with a 400 grit just to get it a little bit more shiny. Now I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of what the bike is actually starting to look like. Unfortunately, this is going to be it for this episode. First of all, I want to apologize. It took me so long to release the second episode. It had a lot to do with the sitbacks, including the valve guides, getting the correct paint for the motor. But all that's taken care of now. So hopefully on the next episode, I will be finally putting the bike back together. But if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram. There I constantly post what I'm doing with the build, and you guys can actually get sneak peeks of the bike before the video release. But yeah, once again, if you guys like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And obviously, if you want to see the rest of the build and me, most importantly, drifting, wheeling, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Till then, take care guys. Once again, love y'all.